Hello! Today is Bucket Friday, and today's live stream is called Big Fish, Little Fish, Cardboard Pond. So we're going to see whether anyone joins me, and hopefully they will, and if not, we'll just get started. So it's this Bucket Friday is all about the guilt of leaving people behind as you grow. It's about not knowing when it's time to jump, the idea of being too big for the space that you're in or not being big enough for the space that you're in. So we'll see how we go. It's telling me my internet isn't good enough, so hopefully we'll make it through. Hello, if you've just joined us, thank you. And I'm gonna dive right in, because I don't want to keep you long and I just want to explain the big fish, little fish thing. So when you start out in business, you enter a marketplace, which is a pond. So this is your pond and you are a small fish. So you're a small fish in a small pond, okay? And you do some personal development work and you understand your market a bit better and you do the work and you meet other fish along the way. And you become a slightly bigger fish, and you get to know more about your industry, more about your business, what works, what doesn't work, and all the rest of it. And in time, let's see if I can do this, you become an even bigger fish, and there reaches a point where you become too big for the pond that you're in. It's kind of uncomfortable, there's nowhere to go, it's getting crowded, you've seen everything, you know everyone, the little fishes that come in are kind of in your way, they're lovely, you want to help them, but it's difficult, okay? So it is time to move to a bigger pond. Okay, but the leap from one pond to the next pond can feel really scary. You don't know what's in this pond. You don't know it as well as you know this one, and this one has become comfortable. And the idea of going back to being a small fish is really uncomfortable. Yes, I promised props, right? So we're getting props. So if you then make the leap, right? If you make the leap from this pond to this pond, you're the same size, but you're in a bigger pond. Okay, so thanks, Rachel. Thank you, Sarah. Right, this is serious business, okay? Beyond this pond, there is also another pond. There is a really big pond, and I've not got enough space for the really big pond. And this is probably the size pond that you need to be in as this size fish, okay? But when you were starting out, this would have been horrible. Even at this size, it would have been horrible. But there's much more room for you all to swim in this pond. Okay, I'm gonna ditch the props because I need to explain this to you. But I promised Jen props, and so there are props, okay? There's a couple of things that are really serious. A rising tide lifts all ships. I really understand that when you're first starting out and you get to be, you know, a fish in this pond, you've got all of your friends here, it's really nice and fun and comfortable, you want to go to the next one and you don't know how, or you feel like you'll leave your friends behind. I want you to understand that if you make that leap to the next pond, and that might be a bigger audience, a bigger mailing list, an increase in monthly outgoings, it might mean hiring a team, it might mean increasing your prices, it might, I don't know what it means for you, but up-leveling in some way is really important. And I need you to know that when you make that jump, yes, it's scary, but if you make that jump and you stay in community with your shoal or with your school, then you will all rise and jump together, and you will continue to have the feelings of connection that you have now without the level of resentment, because you're a big fish in a small pond and it's tight. Okay, so there's also a story that T. Harv Eker told me that I love to illustrate this point. He was in a park, I'm going to call it Jellystone Park. It's an American park with huge boulders and miles around, and they'd had a really glorious day there. And the sun started to set. And the quickest way out was to climb up this big boulder and go out the door. and he had his 2 small kids with him, and he was trying to get them to get up on this boulder so they could leave the park before the sun went down. And he's picking them up and kind of pushing them above his head, and they couldn't reach and they couldn't grab hold, and they didn't really know how to get out. And he tried, and then he had an idea, and he set them down and he said, listen, if you stay here, I will be back. I'm going to go the long way around and I will get there. So he left them there and he ran off, and he went the long way around and all the way to the top. And then he lay on the ground and he reached down and he picked the kids up one at a time and he pulled them up. And I've got that visualization in my head because ultimately it's right. It's so much easier to pull someone up than it is to push them up. So if you want to rise with your tribe, if you want to take people with you, if you want to do the work so that you can all experience the benefit, because I know that you're a kind, kick-ass entrepreneur, then you need to take that risk. Go out on your own, leave people where they are, get to the top, and then reach down and help them up. And so that's what all of these silly props is really about. I want to show you that it's good for you to be in this big pond. We need you in this big pond, okay? We need you to be a big fish in a big pond. And in order to do that, you're going to have to make the jump and trust and believe, and it can be really scary. So that's where the pond, which is my solution to this whole issue, was born. It's where it came from. The idea is that you become part of a committed shoal and school of like-minded business owners who want to take that leap to the next level and bring everyone with them. So I really hope that this has made you smile, if nothing else. I'd love for you to go to ebonyallard.com/thepond and have a look at what it is that I'm talking about, and think about applying. We're open. Applications are open till the end of the month. I'm going to limit it to 25 people, so there's space. We'll have a private Facebook group, and once a month a call where we get to talk about all of those fears and what it takes to up level. And I will get guest people in to talk about the technical stuff, talk about the mindset stuff of helping us grow to that bigger pond so that we can have a bigger impact in the world. If we get 10 people, I will run, and if we don't, I'll hold this off until we get the right people in the group. I want to match it so that people are at the same sort of level, so they're not worried that they're going to be sharing their industry and insider secrets with people who it makes them feel uncomfortable. I want it to be a really safe space, and I want to work with small schools of impactful entrepreneurs so that we can go from being in a small pond to being in a big pond, and so that you can go from being a little fish to being a bigger one. Thank you for your time and your attention today, and I know that it was silly, but it's a really important message for me. I really want us to grow. Thank you, Mark. Yeah, Mark's put it all makes sense and is relevant to share and care, and pulling those people up alongside. We all have transferable skills and work in collaboration. Absolutely true. We've all got our own zone of genius. We've all got things that we find really easy and that we're really good at, and other people struggle with a little bit, and vice versa. So if we can help each other out, really about community over competition. I want for there to be more kind-hearted, good-spirited, courageous, misfit entrepreneurs in the world. So thank you so much. Thank you, Rachel. Have a lovely Friday and a great weekend. Please go and apply. So ebonyallard.com/thepond, and I'll see you in the pep talk on Monday. Thank you. Bye.